Hi, Verbling! I hope you're all having a great day today. My name is Lauren, and this is a class on past, present, and future perfect. I have a lot of material to get through today, so I just wanted to do all three together so that it will be easier for everyone to remember. Okay? Hello, Aichu. How are you today?
Good, Lauren. And you?
I'm great. I'm great. How has your day been? What have you done?
Not so much. I was sleeping because last night I get home really late.
Oh, well, that's good that you got to sleep today.
Yeah.
Good, great. Well, welcome to class.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And welcome to Amr. Hello, Amr.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. And Amr, I have always wanted to ask you, is the picture in your profile picture, is that you? Or an Olympic athlete?
Olympic.
Olympic,
Not,
okay.
yeah, not me.
Oh, I was wondering.
But I am a swimmer.
You are.
Yes.
Do you compete?
Yes. Yeah.
Good, that's awesome. Well, maybe you can tell us about it when we have our sports class.
Okay.
Okay, and welcome to Emmanuel. Emmanuel, we just heard you a second ago.
Hi,
Hi, how are you today?
fine, thanks. And you?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you. And welcome back to Goliath. Hello, Goliath.
Hello, thank you for this cheerful welcoming.
Always, of course.
Yeah, thank you.
Great, and again, thank you for participating in the chat. It's always helpful to have students helping me answer questions. Great. And welcome to Isa. Hello, Isa. Welcome back.
Hey, teacher.
Hi. How are you doing today?
Doing great.
Is it nighttime for you?
Yeah, it's 11 now.
It's 11 now. That's not so bad.
No.
That's not so bad. Okay, great. And welcome to Mario. Welcome back, Mario.
Hi, Lauren. How are you?
Hi. I'm great. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing fantastic. Yes. Okay.
Great. Great. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
And welcome to Tiago. Hello, Tiago. Oh, Tiago, first off, welcome back, but we can't hear you. Maybe you're on mute. Check up here.
Yes. Yes. Okay, right now?
Yes, how are you doing today?
I'm fine. It's my first time here, and I'm very exciting.
Oh, I have another student named Tiago as well. So this is your first time on Verbling?
Yes, it's the first time.
Yay! Welcome. That's so exciting.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I just want to say, Tiago, do you have headphones?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Sometimes we hear...
just a minute.
Okay, thank you. That's great. Great. Okay, does everyone see the link that I posted over here in the chat? I'm going to repost it one more time, and we can start with that. The perfect tenses are a little bit, confusing, but just when you learn them all together, you will see that they all have a pattern, or they all kind of do the same thing. I'm just looking at something right now.
Yeah.
And oh, I want to thank Amr. Amr, thank you so much for requesting this class.
You are welcome.
Did you hear me? Okay.
And yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good. I'm just getting my perfect tenses document.
This is me. I want to thank you for making this class for me.
You are so welcome. Thank you for this suggestion. It's a great suggestion.
Next time we will ask for a pizza.
Next time I'll ask for a pizza?
No, I will ask for a pizza.
Well, I can't do that.
Instead of present perfect.
Oh. I just want to make
Okay.
sure our new student, Tiago, do you know, do you see the Verbling chat? It's right over
yes.
here.
Yes.
Do you see that I posted a link?
Oh, yes.
So just click on that link.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, I did.
and you will see the document that I am showing. Okay?
Yes, okay.
Okay, now during class, you and the other students will be telling me examples, and I will be typing them in. At the end of class, close that document and then reopen the same link. And you will see all of the changes I have made will be saved to your document.
Okay.
Okay? Okay.
Yes.
Also, Tiago, sometimes we hear a little bit of a noise coming from you. I don't know why, but don't worry. I might just mute you. So
Okay.
you know how to unmute yourself. So if I do this, it means you're being loud. And then you just take yourself off mute, okay? Okay. Good, good. Great. Let's continue. So I have put our present perfect. Okay, so today we will be reviewing 3 perfect tenses. Let me just make this a little bigger for you. So 3 perfect tenses. We have the present perfect, which I have made to be orange throughout this document. The future perfect, which I have made to be green. And the past perfect, which I have made it to be blue. Now, I want to say, what is perfect tense? We think of perfection as, you know, something is perfect, okay, it is beautiful, or there's nothing you could do to make it better. But when we think of perfect in grammar, there is the Latin word, and sorry, quickly, hello Talita and Farhan and Jefferson and Sarah. Okay. The perfect tenses, when we say perfect, we mean the Latin form of the word perfect, which means complete, completed. So think of perfect means completed. And let's continue with that. The word perfect comes from the Latin word for completed. So whatever tense you're talking about, if you're talking about the present or future or past, it means it is completed at that time. It does not just mean that the verb is happening at that time. Okay? It is a tense of verb used in describing actions that have been completed. I think I'm hearing a button coming from Emmanuel, so I might mute you every now and then. Okay, Emmanuel?
Okay.
Okay. I don't mean it personally. Okay. This is the most important part. Focus is on the resulting state, the completed state of the verb. I'll write that down. The completed state of the verb. That is really important because that is why the perfect tenses are kind of confusing. Oops. There we go. They're confusing because it is not that the verb is, let's say I talk about the past perfect. It's not that the verb happened in the past. Yes, it happened in the past. But the focus is that the verb was completed in the past. For example, I I have eaten. I have eaten. Actually, that's present. But the point is, the verb is completed. Eaten is the past participle. Have you heard or studied past participles before?
Yeah, with you.
Yeah.
Good. The past participle, you did. Yes, you both did. That's great. So what you do, and I'll show you back onto this document, okay? Here's a table first off to help you distinguish between the tenses. We will be looking at the perfect form. So I highlighted that in yellow. So these are all here to make it easy for you. We have our simple forms, progressive and perfect, and then perfect progressive forms. But we are talking specifically about just the perfect form. So those are in yellow here. For example, past perfect would be I had taken the garbage out already. I had already taken the garbage out. I had taken the garbage out. Present would mean I completed the verb right now in the present. Yes, I have taken the garbage out. At this moment now, by this time, I have taken the garbage out. And then future. This means that the verb will be completed in the future. By 8 o'clock a.m. tomorrow, I will have taken the garbage out already. Okay? These, I'm going to write this down actually, that already, the word already goes with all of these. Could I add already to this sentence? So for example, I had already taken out the garbage. I had already eaten dinner. I had eaten dinner. The word already, this means it's already been done. It's been completed. Even in the present and even in the future. Right? In the future, in 5 years from now, I will have bought a house. In 5 years, so this is an action that will be completed in the future, right? You can also say the simple future, right? Like over here, I will buy a house. I will buy a house. That's fine, but I'm trying to explain to you the perfect forms. So if you find the perfect form is way too confusing for simple and present, no problem. But I want to say for the past, it's extremely useful. Okay. Was anyone here when I explained the past perfect?
Yes.
You were. And what is the past perfect? Do you remember me showing you a timeline?
I did. Okay.
Do you remember a timeline at
But
all?
I want just to add a comment about the past perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It is said that it's the past of the past.
Yes.
Yes. The first action in the past.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm writing this down for you.
So just to remember what is the past perfect and to distinguish it from the other forms.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm just writing this out for you so that it's easy for you. Okay, here you go. This is my beautiful timeline, okay? And I'm doing the past now, only the past, okay? Let's say this is right now, okay? This is right now. And I'm going to say, this morning I ate breakfast. That's easy. This morning I ate breakfast. That is in the past, simple past. I ate breakfast. But something happened before breakfast that was completed before I ate breakfast. Okay? So before I ate breakfast, I had gotten out of bed, as an example. Before I went to school, simple past. But now something is happening before the past. Like Goliath said, it's the past of the past, right? Before this past, the simple past, so before I went to school, I had already eaten breakfast. I had eaten breakfast. That is an example of your perfect tense, right? Because you're talking about something that happened and was completed before the simple past. Okay?
Okay.
If you want me to show this to you again, if this helps you, then I can show it to you again. So just ask me to see it. These equations over here are actually very easy. So if you have any issues with these, once you kind of remember what it sounds like, don't worry about these equations. You will just get used to it, your ear will understand, and then it won't be difficult anymore. So this is how the formulas. But before you know the formulas, the step number one is start with the past participle. The past participle is when the verb has been completed in the past, okay? If you're not sure what those are, I don't have time to talk about them in this class, but I gave you a very, very long list at the bottom here. I have irregular verbs with the regular verb, like, for example, become, and the past participle, which is actually become. Or, for example, bite, right? The cat has bitten me. Okay, the cat has bitten me. That is actually the present perfect tense. Let's talk about that. The cat has bitten. Let's remember this as our past participle. Okay, past participle. Let's talk about the present perfect. Let's try doing that now together. The cat we're going to do this. The cat, and then now, before we complete the question, we have to know has plus past participle of to bite. So now, remind me again, what is the past participle of bite?
Bitten.
Bitten.
There we go. The cat has bitten me. What does that mean? So, as you see, that is present, and you're thinking, but that sounds like it's in the past. But that sounds like it is in the past. Well,
It still hurt me. So the consequences of the bite. I don't remember.
Not quite Goliath, but I don't want you. The only reason I don't like that is because it doesn't work for the other tenses.
Okay.
But let's work with that. How would you say in the present tense of the cat and then to bite me?
The present tense.
Mm-hmm.
She bites me.
Yeah, the cat bites me.
Bites me.
B-I-T-E-S, right? The cat bites me. But that's not what you want to say, right? The cat bites me. This means...
What?
Oh, Isa, why did you mute us? Isa!
That's a naughty boy.
Don't mute the
I just
teacher.
wanted to mute you guys.
Oh, maybe you have the phone ringing.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, when you want to do that, mute yourself. Sorry, Isa, we'll just mute you and you can have your phone call.
Isa has just muted you. It's the present.
No.
Yeah, it's the past. It's the present perfect.
But that's what I mean. So you're thinking, well, but the cat has bitten me. That sounds like it's in the past. But you're using the past participle. But let's talk about this, okay? The cat bites me. Let's say a cat walks up here and bites me, and then the cat walks away. I would not say the cat bites me. This moment, the cat bites me, because it's not biting me anymore. The action has happened, and it is completed in the present moment. So I will say, oh my gosh, the cat has bitten me. Okay?
As a recent event?
Yeah, that is the present, right? If, let's say 10 minutes from now or at the end of class, I want to talk about that again, I will probably use the past perfect. And let's talk about the past perfect. So now we've got the past perfect. Okay? How would I do that for the past perfect? Who wants to try that one?
The past perfect.
Mm-hmm.
The cat bit me.
Well, let's look at this formula.
Had bitten me.
Had.
Has.
It's past perfect.
Had.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, everyone. This is a problem.
Yeah, this is a mistake, yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Here, I'm doing this right now. I'm like, what is wrong with that?
Yeah.
This is a huge mistake, everyone.
You have,
Bad Lauren.
you have
No,
vigilant
it's
students.
okay.
No.
So I've changed it on this one now. So now that it is saved, if you go back to that link and you close it and reopen it, the changes should be there. So now that at the end of class, I'm going to say, everyone, do you remember that when I was teaching and the cat had bitten me? Right? Yes, I could say the cat bit me. This is simple past. But my point is, I'm talking about something that happened maybe before another action.
Yes.
So maybe I could say, before I got to the future perfect, the cat had bitten me.
Yeah. Before I leave before I left the house, the cat had beaten me.
Yes. So again, Goliath, absolutely. Yes,
before I went to my work, I had my breakfast.
Yes. Yes, let's put that example in here. And I just want to say to Goliath, yes. So for some of these examples, absolutely, you could just use the simple past. But normally, the reason that we use the past perfect is to explain that the action was already completed. So Amr, I want you to say this sentence again to me. Amr, I have a question. Would you like to go get breakfast after class?
Sorry?
If I said to you, but you have already eaten, okay, and I say, would you like to go get breakfast after class?
No.
Why?
Because I had eaten.
So let's put this here. So we're going to do this. We're going to go with the past perfect, and you're going to say, before I something happening before work, right?
The boss had already left.
Before I came to work, I had already eaten.
Okay. Yeah.
Or we also say had breakfast. Okay? Had is the past participle of to have. So this is just another way of saying this, right? Well, before I came to work, I had already had breakfast, so no thank you.
If I forget the word already, it is correct. If I say I had breakfast only without already.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Absolutely. And I want to reiterate again, if you're thinking, oh, but I could just use simple past, absolutely. This is why most people use simple past. There are less words, and sometimes it is easier to understand. So just get that idea out of your head for this class, and just try to focus on the perfect tenses, okay?
Okay. May I add an example of the past perfect?
Mm-hmm.
So I will say, when I got home, My mother had cooked dinner.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a perfect example. Right? Got, simple past. When I got home, my mother had cooked dinner. Again, let's go back up here quickly, okay? If you are confused, ask yourself, could I add already to this sentence? This means that when you think about the word already, this insinuates or this suggests that the action is done already. So let's go down and test your example out. Could you put already into this?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go,
When I
Isa.
got home, my mother had already cooked dinner. Right?
Yeah.
My mother had cooked dinner already. Either place. Already is flexible. You can put it in different places. But that's the idea that I want you to get is if you're not sure if your sentence works, think about if the action is completed, then you can excuse me, then it is correct. Okay, now let's think of a quick example for this one, the future perfect. Will have, and then the verb in the past participle. So I haven't heard from Mario. Mario, do you want to give an example for the, let's try the future perfect, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it's down here as well. You can see it down here. That's the exact same thing as what's up here.
Okay.
An action that will be completed in the future.
That will be completed in the future. Yes. Not know in 2014. In 2014, I will have 1 year's more.
I will have 1 year more?
Yeah.
You mean,
Years old more. Yeah.
oh, okay, so let's say I will have lived. Right? I will have lived, because that is the past participle of the verb you're trying to use. I will have lived, or I will have lived 1 more year.
Okay.
Right?
May
I
I,
will have lived 1 more year. In 2014, this action will have been completed. Right? This action, which is lived, will have been completed. Mario, try finishing this sentence, okay? Okay.
can I add?
My daughter is in university. Okay? I'm pretending to be you. Oh, so your daughter, she's what? 9 years old?
Oh, she's
12.
no, much.
Oh,
My daughter is 26.
oh my gosh, I thought she was younger.
Yes, I'm still younger, but I had my daughter at I was very young when I had my daughter.
Okay. Wow, good for you, Mario. Okay, so let's say this. Let's pretend your daughter is in university right now.
Okay.
In, say, in 2015, let's talk about graduation. So try to put that in the future perfect.
Okay, my daughter is in university right now. In 2015, she would have been a graduate.
So we would say she will have graduated.
Okay.
We use that as a verb, actually. Graduated.
Okay.
Right? And it's so easy with all of these ones. You just add will have. For future perfect, it's the easiest one.
Okay.
Because all you do is add will have and then your verb and past participle. If
Okay.
you're like, I don't know what the past participle is, for any of you right now, there are, okay, I think this is page 4. The next 12 pages are all past participles. Okay, there's 12 pages of past participles for you. I have them separated with regular and irregular verbs. Okay? Okay,
Lauren, can I add an example?
please do, Goliath.
By the end of July, I will have finished my exams.
Good. Good, right?
Can I
That
add?
means that the action, yes. So I just want to explain. Finished is the verb. It is in its past participle, okay? I will have finished my exams. Well, this is an action that will have been completed. Sorry, that will be completed in the future, right? At the end of July. So that's how that works. Yes, please. Who was that? Was that Tiago?
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
Amr. Sorry,
Mm.
Amr. Go ahead.
Next September, I will have been 22 years old.
I have been. It's not have
Say,
been.
I will have lived for 22 years. This is why, okay?
No, I have been 22 years old.
Let me explain that one, Amr. When you are 22, you are not finished being 22, right? Right? Because, for example, Amr, if you turn, oh, sorry, Emmanuel, I'm just going to mute you for a second. So Amr, if you go until, sorry, when is your birthday? June?
15th of September.
15th of September, sorry. My birthday's on June 3rd. Yay! Okay.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. Your birthday is on September 15th. But on September 15th, you're 22 years old. Is that action completed?
No.
But what is completed?
I start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what action is completed on your birthday?
21.
Yes. Right? So that's your questions. Is it completed? I will have lived 21 years. That is correct, because that is, I will have lived 21 years. Technically, you have lived 22 years because when you were born, you start at 0. But let's forget about that. So let's add that example. Next September, I will have lived. Oops. Right? And again, test it. I will have already lived 22 years, 21 years. Yes, that makes sense. But if you're turning 21, you could not add already to that sentence.
Okay.
Right? Okay, and next, I'm going to get Tiago and Isa and Aichu. I want you three to give me examples, but we'll get to you in a minute. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So let's get more into depth. I wanted you to think of examples before you start learning, because now that your brains are thinking this way, if there's any problems, you can correct them.
I have
So-
just a comment. Sorry,
Yes.
there is a confusing. Our people are confusing between the future perfect and the future perfect continuous. I'm always used to this, or progressive. So they say I will have been. It's a bit confusing with I will have finished or I will have been sitting on the beach. So I'd like just to give us and them what is the difference quickly, just to not waste time.
That's very sweet of you, Goliath.
I don't
You're
want
asking
to abuse. I don't want to abuse. I just to make things clear to my friends and for me.
No, I'm actually glad, because you just made it clear to me. Maybe because I've seen in the chat some people practicing. So I'll explain that one more time, Goliath. Thank you. Don't worry. You're not abusing. Okay. what Goliath is saying is right now we are talking about the perfect, just perfect, past or future or present. We are not talking about the future continuous perfect, because this means an action that will be continuous. And every time you do that one, you add been. I will have been in university for 4 years. This is like, here's a continuous action that will be happening in the future. Okay, so we're not talking about that. So don't worry about continuous actions. That is called the future continuous perfect sense, or the perfect continuous future tense. And don't worry about anything continuous for now.
I will give an example. By July, I will have finished my exam. Means in July, I will be done with my exam. But when I use the future perfect continuous, I will say by July, or next month on Saturday, like this time, I will be sitting in the beach. Means that at this time moment in the future, there is something continuous happening. I'll be in the middle. So
exactly.
It's not same. So this one, what we talk is finished in certain time, and the future perfect continuous means there is an action in the future. In precise time, it will be in progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say when I finish teaching, when I'm finished teaching today, I will have, or let's say at the end of this class, which is in the future, when this class finishes in the future, I will have been teaching for 2 hours, right? And then I'm going to continue teaching for another hour. But the point is, but we're not talking about that right now. Right now, we're just talking about things that are completed. That's what perfect means, something that is completed. So let's look at this. We already talked about this. Past, you just do had, and then the verb in the past participle. Present, you use has or have, and this depends on whether it is, so when do you use have? And when do you use has?
Has with he, she, it. Have with I, we, you, they.
That's perfect. Absolutely. Oh, thank you. Okay, so we've got this. That's how you know which one to use. Right? You use have for I, we, you, or they. I have, we have, you have, they have. And has for only he, she, it. He has, she has, it has. Okay? But the other two, past and future, are easy because it's always the same for every pronoun, right? I, he, she, he had. Same with will have. Okay? So the only one that's a little difficult to remember is present, but as long as you know which ones have and has. Explaining it one more time. For the past perfect, the action was completed in the past, or an action that took place in the past before another action. But the key word here is completed. Okay. Next one. An action you just did in the present, or you should be able to say as of this present moment at the beginning. So if you can say presently or as of this present moment, I have been bitten by the cat or something like that. Okay? I'm actually going to put here just now. Just now, this is what happened to me. So that's when you talk in the present perfect. And then easily, this one is for the future, an action that will be completed in the future. So it's different than the simple ones, because the simple ones are just verbs, are an action that will happen in the future, but a perfect future verb is an action that will be completed. A couple more examples. This is for the past. By the time the troops arrived, the war had ended, right? This one exactly follows this formula here. Had plus the verb in the past participle. Then we have for present. Women have voted in presidential elections since 1921. So this is a very interesting one because it seems very continuous. But the point I wanted to make with this example, I found it online and I thought, oh, should I use it? Should I not? I don't want to confuse anyone. This one still works because you're talking about something there. Well, maybe tomorrow the government will take the right away from women. So all I know is as of now, women have been allowed to vote.
And still have the right.
Yeah.
And still have the right, okay?
Mm-hmm. And they still have the right. That one's very confusing though.
Because the phrase the same the phrase that you said, I am confusing between present perfect continuous and present perfect. On YouTube, I saw a video about present perfect. The teacher said, I have been working there for 10 years, and the next day I have been working there for 10 years. So I don't know, and she said that and she said that the two phrases are equal.
Have so been is for continuous.
Yes, and the first phrase has worked. Present perfect.
Present perfect. But no matter what, when you're doing present or future, have been or will have been or had been, that I just did the present, then future, then past, that's always continuous. So right now, we're not talking about continuous. We're not talking about in the past, women have been allowed to vote. That's continuous. Women have been allowed to vote. This is a continuous tense. But if we're talking about the perfect, that's what I wanted you to see here with this sentence.
If we say women have been voting in the presidential election since 1991.
I love that you just said that because I was just about to mention that would be the more accurate way to express this, right? Because that expresses, with the verb tense, what you just said, you put it into the future continuous. Perfect, the future perfect continuous. And that is how, personally, I would write this sentence. However, this is a very common thing. We use the perfect to say as of now. As of now, women have voted in presidential elections since 1921. So that's what I meant before when I was saying some of these things might seem simple tenses or continuous tenses. Why would I use perfect? Just because it's common. It is common enough. It's more common than, let's say, continuous tenses. So Amr, what I mean by that is your example is more accurate to what actually happened. However, you will see the regular perfect tenses instead of regular continuous tenses very often. Okay. Now we have this example here for the future. And Amr, again, I just want to reiterate, whenever you see have been, that's always continuous. Okay. Example. Oh, yes?
Yeah, I know. It is continuous, but I'm confusing. When can I use the present perfect continuous, and when I can use present perfect only?
Oh, so we're talking about something that has been completed, right? Right, Am?
But in this phrase, women have voted. the women still voted.
Absolutely.
So it's express the future.
Absolutely. And that's why this example is a good example of, I actually took this straight out of a Globe and Mail article. That is straight out of an article. Okay, so it's, sorry, like a academic, or not academic, a news article. But what you said is more real, is true, sorry, is actually the truth, because it is a continuous action. So why are they using this tense?
I have a comment if you allow me. We
Yes,
can't
go
say
ahead.
they have been voting, because to vote, it's an action, it's a short action. You put the one that this paper and you go. So it's not like running or raining or. So I think it's accurate to say women have voted in presidential election since 1921.
Oh,
Because to have been voting means they are in action to vote since 1922 continuously. And when we say have voted, means they vote each time. So it's not the action, the duration, or it was long, but it's
Yes, but
the permission of the voting is important, but not the time of when you put the paper in the urn.
mm-hmm.
I think so. It's not accurate. I think
What were
it's
you
not
going to say,
accurate to say
Mario?
have been voting.
no, I want to say that it's I can understand that both, and but I think it's like when you're talking about yourself, for example, if you say I've been living, for example, for me, I've been living in France for 20 years. Okay, I'm still living in France. Okay, I'm still in France. And for women has been voting since 1921, it's the same for me. Okay, the action. Okay, it's they periodically they have to vote, but for many years the law has been voted, and
This is and I totally understand that, Mario, and that's the point I wanted to make, is that, so Mario, you said I have been living in France, right? That's accurate, because it's a continuous and you're still there. I have been, but you're still there. So it's a continuous, and it's present continuous perfect. I have been living in France. However, you will see many people say and write, I have lived in France, instead of putting it in the continuous. So, and it is a continuous action. So Goliath, when you were saying a vote is like a one-time action, it's done. It is technically completed. The point I want to make with present is it is complicating, and hopefully this makes it a little clear. It is complicating, but just know that people use the present perfect and the present continuous perfect often interchangeably. So if Mario says, I have lived in France for 20 years, or if he said, I have been living in France for 20 years, either way, it has the same meaning, because commonly we use these two tenses together. Now, however, they do have different meanings. In everyday speech, we don't care about the different meanings, but grammatically, one of them means the action is finished.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Right? And one of them means the action is continuous.
Yeah, okay. Now I understand, because I was confused. Because if I say I lived in France for 20 years, yes, that means I am no longer in France today. So I'm elsewhere. And yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, I'm so glad that we had that confusion, because now the best thing is being confused and then understanding.
Could you see the two phrases that I posted in the chat box, Google chat box?
Google Chat. This is what I want to tell you. in our everyday speech, so for everyone who's watching, Amr just said, what's the difference between I have worked there for 10 years and I have been working there for 10 years? Well, Amr, you know the difference now because you are a grammar expert. However, in everyday speech, we don't care. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So
the first phrase means that right now I don't work there.
It means that the action has been completed. So technically, yes, the cat has bitten me. I have worked there. I have worked. So for example, Amr, you could say, today I got fired, but I have worked there for 10 years. You know that makes sense. And when someone says, I have been working there for 10 years, for us, it means the same thing. For native English speakers, it means the same thing. So I don't want you to get confused because present perfect and present continuous perfect are pretty much the same thing. But if you're taking a grammar test, or if you want to be a grammar expert like you are today, then now you know the difference.
Okay.
Right?
May I ask you
Thank
something, Lauren?
Yes, I chew.
If you said, like Mario said, I had lived in France since 1990, does it mean that you are no longer living in France or you still living in France?
Technically, so in terms of grammar rules, the action is finished. But I chew, any native English speaker, we do not assume he is not living there anymore. We do not assume that. We think in our minds that the present continuous perfect and the present perfect.
Oh my God.
Oh, someone.
Tiago, you muted us. That's okay. I don't think he understood. Tiago, if you press that button, it mutes us. So if you want to go on mute, then you unmute yourself.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay. No problem. It happens all the time. So I chew. Now that you know the rules, you know that I have lived means you are done now. The action is completed. The cat has bitten me, right? It doesn't make sense to say the cat has been biting me unless the cat does it all the time.
Yeah, that's it. The verb, the continuous form, don't take many verbs.
That's
like
what I'm saying.
To
right?
cut. I'm not being cut in. Yeah.
So what I mean, I chew, is if you said to someone, I have lived in Canada for 10 years, people will say, okay, so she lives in Canada now still. That's what they think. They don't make the difference. But if you use it for other things, basically you have to just learn it. For example, I have lived, or I have been working. Many continuous things that you do every day, you can use the present perfect. But if it is not continuous, so the cat bit me once just now, this is not continuous, you can't use the continuous. They're not the same.
I've been waiting to enter your class for 2 hours. Yeah,
yes.
Because you have a good class and you're a good teacher, so people, the class were crowded, so I've been waiting for
I have been
2
waiting.
hours. I've been waiting, yeah.
It's I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I chew. What I want to tell you is that sometimes, like for example, the cat bit me once. If it only happened once and it was not continuous, you have to use the present perfect. The cat has bitten me. Okay? But if the action is continuous, you can use either one. And no one thinks of the difference. Like, if you said to me, the continuous action, I have been waiting for an hour to get into your class, this means the same in my brain as I have waited for 2 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
But if the action is not continuous, I ate lunch, I have eaten my lunch, you cannot turn it into continuous. I have been eating. That's a good way to put it. So if it is a continuous action, you can use either one. If it's not continuous, you have to use perfect.
Understand. Because I don't really have a problem with the continuous tenses, but like I told you in the phrase, if you say I have lived in France since 1990, does it mean like you are no longer living or you are still living? But now I understand.
Good, I choose. So basically, if the action is continuous, use whichever one you want. Past, present, perfect or perfect continuous. But if it's not continuous, then you have a problem. You have to use the present perfect or the future perfect.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good. Good, I'm glad I guess that's kind of, again, that's not a grammatical rule. That is a common rule. Okay, so I mean common, like native speakers, this is how we speak.
Lauren, I have a suggestion. This is a good point to teach the present and future perfect, the future continuous. I think you should make more classes for this confusing grammatic matter, because the people are confused and I confuse myself.
Okay.
But it's very rare to
we don't see these classes.
To use those the past perfect, continuous, future perfect.
Yeah, I feel the same. This class was not long enough.
Yeah. Now you can do it for 2 classes and then you give example. I think it will be great.
But no, I meant in the real life, we do not use every day those future perfect, continuous things, like maybe twice a year. Maybe you're going to use.
We use them pretty often. Like, for example, I had a class and it was a very difficult class, and I mean I had already been teaching for 10 hours, so I was very tired, right? I had been. This is a past perfect continuous sentence, and it's natural once you learn it.
Yeah, it's easy, but we have to fix and to understand how the pattern of these verbs and this situation in real life.
Yeah,
we have
totally.
to fix it in our mind.
Yeah, and I agree with them, because even though I read and watched a lot of video about the perfect tenses, that now is the first time I heard the common rules that you just told us.
Now you heard it.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, you know, that helps me sleep at night.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You did well. You did well.
Good. I didn't think I was good at grammar until I started teaching Verbling classes. And now I just love grammar.
Yeah, I think you should open a school now.
Yes, it's not that easy to teach, I imagine.
Because it's like it comes natural, so I don't notice when I'm using a different tense.
Of course,
the most difficult things in English and language is the grammar. So we have to focus in grammar, not to look silly when we talk to, especially in formal conversation.
Oh, exactly.
Embarrassing, yeah.
But never be embarrassed, because if you are embarrassed, you will get nervous and mess up all your grammar.
Or I will try to improve myself.
Yes, this is true. Sometimes embarrassment is a motivator. But I'm so sorry, everyone. And Tiago, I feel so bad. I didn't get to answer any of your questions. Tiago?
Hey.
Tiago, tell me, do you have any questions? Are you not sure about anything?
In fact, perfect tense is really hard to me because there's nothing to compare in my native language, Portuguese. So I have already taken many classes about the perfect tense, but I still have a lot of doubts. Example, I think I know how to use the present perfect, but I'm still without don't know how to use the past perfect. It's really really hard to me.
Here's what I want you to do. First off, I put my Verbling and Facebook information here.
Okay.
So, Tiago, if you message me on Facebook, I always reply to students. So
really?
Oh yeah. So as you can see on the document I sent to you, and I'll put that link one more time. I want you to click on the link and save it to your computer. We have these examples. I wanted to go through all of these examples with you. They're the same verb all the way across, but different. So this one is conjugate into the past perfect. This one's present perfect. This one's, I mean, I can't correct all of them, but message me on Facebook because I didn't get to you. And same with all of you in class to test yourself. Do you really understand it? So everyone test yourself and message it to me, and I will message you back and explain or correct you.
Okay, I will.
Okay? Okay, everyone, I have to get to my next class on R sounds. So get ready. Okay, everyone, I'll see you soon.
Okay,
Thank you. Bye-bye.